They're cheap.
Hello, YouTube. It's Friday night.
Get the facts on fentanyl at
June 3rd, 2022.
Talk with your
I turned the volume and now I can't see the damn clock. 11:13 p.m.
This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition leaders of Arizona.
Doing something completely different tonight, and that wouldn't be singing at the gay bar because that's really not so different. Just saying. I'm on my way home. That was an odd little bit of traffic congestion. I'm on my way home to change clothes and grab my shit and head to Amazon. I actually picked up a flex shift for tonight, which right now I'm kind of regretting doing. Like now I'm thinking I would have probably had more fun if I just stayed at Oz, but so I noticed maybe last week-ish, week and a half ago, that the way Amazon is handling flex shifts has dramatically changed. Now, and for those who don't work for Amazon or are unfamiliar with this, a flex shift at Amazon is basically a part-time half shift. Full-time shifts at Amazon are 10 hours, and that's a long time. I'm going on about 4 months. Actually, I think I'm a little over 4 months of full-time at Amazon, which is 4 10-hour shifts. And there have been a couple of weeks where I've done an extra 10-hour shift, which is 50 hours, which is kind of brutal. Definitely have appreciated the money on those extra shifts, but yeah, a 50-hour week is pretty brutal. Considering, we're talking 10-hour overnight shifts, either rolling a pallet jack, which is physical work, or line loading, which is also quite physical work. Now, flex shifts, what they are is they're for part-time workers that want to be able to work around whatever their schedule is. And by schedule, I mean better full-time job, school, a single parent, got kids at school, what have you. And Amazon facilitates that, and that's a good thing. And they're typically 5-hour shifts. Typically 5-hour shifts that basically half of a full shift. Full shift's 10 hours, half of that is a 5-hour shift. And those people are part-time, and I don't honestly know completely how that works, but it's my understanding that they don't have a set schedule. Basically, they can just go on the Amazon A to Z app, which is the HR app, and pick out the little 5-hour shifts that work for their schedule. Now, I do understand that, like, I guess there's a minimum that you have to take in a month. Like, you can't just go months without taking any shift and still technically be an Amazon employee. But those people are part-time. They don't get any benefits like I get as a full-time employee. And when I'm looking at the A to Z app, like, I often see those shifts on the app, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I could take that. Like, I could go for an extra, 5 hours on a Friday or Saturday. Obviously not on Thursday. I'm busy with Bollocks on Thursday. But, on a Friday or Saturday, just a little bit of extra overtime hours, money, whatever. But they've never been available in the app, and it'll say at the bottom of the shift, like, it'll say where it is and what it is and the hours, and then there'll be a little no sign. By a no sign, I mean like the circle with the cross, like on a no smoking or no parking sign. Just be the little no sign. Although it's gray and not red. But at any rate, it's that little symbol followed by the reason of why I can't take the shift. And on those shifts, it always says flex only shift, flex only shift. And I want to say a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, I noticed some of the full-time people coming in, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm just here till midnight, then I'm out of here." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And so I've been aware that what were formerly flex shifts, which I was formerly told are only for flex associates, not for full-time people, are being given to full-time people. And I've been getting emails that suddenly, instead of occasionally saying, "Hey, there's one extra shift you can pick up, or two extra shifts you can pick it up," that I can pick up, they've been having high numbers, like 17, 18, 20 different shifts available. I'm like, wait, what? How can there be that many shifts available for me? I'm only trained to work in inbound, and I already work 4 nights a week. So how much could possibly be available for me? For me, like the maximum is 3. I could work Thursday, Friday, or Saturday inbound. That's it. But then suddenly that number has been jumping from, 1, 2, maybe 3 to 17, 18, 19. And then I noticed other full-time people coming in. They're like, "Oh yeah, I'm just here for half the night." I'm like, "Well, that's cool." Anyway, tonight I kind of had plans for the night. They more or less fell through. I'm rolling solo, whatever. My best friend showed up at, I hardly ever see these days, showed up last night at Bullocks. He's like, "Oh, I'm on vacation time, we can hang out." I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'll send you a message when I wake up," which I did. And as I mentioned earlier, I just could not get to sleep this morning, which translated into me waking up at, after 5 p.m. today. Yeah, but I told him I messaged him when I wake up, and I did, and it was a while till I heard from him. And then I also kind of had plans with Malika, and I'm not sure if I mentioned her in my vlogs or not, but she's been a regular singer over at Bullocks, and her and I've been chatting on Snapchat for months. She actually rolled with a bunch of her friends on what ended up being my last night at Jay's Cocktails, which was frustrating. And I don't even want to relive what happened at Jay's Cocktails. Whatever, their loss more than my loss. But I feel I could have seriously milked up the crowd at Jay's Cocktails had they given me a little more time. And the fact that Malika and a bunch of her friends showed up on the last night was like, yep, this is where it starts, this is where it builds. People drifting over from other bars I host at and going, "Wow, Dan's doing an off night at a little teeny tiny dive. This is actually where we should be." Or not an off night, I'm sorry, but like a Friday night, a little teeny tiny dive is where we should be. That's how the shows build when I build them. But anyway, I haven't talked to Kat, the owner of Jay's, in quite some time, and I'm not even really focused on Jay's right now. I am kind of focused on getting more karaoke shows, but at this point in time, it's more to my advantage financially and pretty much every other way that matters to pick up extra shifts at Amazon when they're available than to even be out hustling trying to get additional karaoke shows. Because I'm already scheduled at 40 hours a week just on my Sunday through Wednesday, so throw overtime pay on my regular hourly wage, and yeah, anything extra I pick up at Amazon, that's gravy. That's gravy. And unlike karaoke, I don't have to deal with running any chords or being responsible for building a... Yeah, go ahead and cut me off, dude. Thank you. Be responsible for, building up a crowd or move any equipment or anything. I just show up and, throw boxes on the line or move shit around with a pallet jack or stack pallets and call it good. And yeah, my overtime wages at Amazon are pretty damn good. Like, that even beats the shit out of Winolo, which I have yet to take a shift from, just because about the time I signed up for Winolo, that's when extra shifts started becoming available on Amazon. So what's being offered for the shifts on Winolo is not as high paying as what I get doing overtime at Amazon. So fuck it, like, may as well do overtime at Amazon. Anyway, so back to the flex shifts. So yeah, I've been hearing about this for about a week and a half. Today's the first time I actually looked at it. I was planning on hanging out with my friend, but he didn't. And granted, I'm the one who woke up late, but it was quite a while before he answered me back on Snapchat. And then I had plans. I was going to meet Malika at Oz. I mean, this plan's been standing for like a week. And I don't even know what the hell to think about that. Like, she was on her way, and then she ghosted me about an hour and a half ago. So, whatever. I actually picked her up on my way to my show at Bullock's last night. And I kind of figured we'd be hanging out after the show, but she ended up hooking up with one of my other regular singers. I don't know if it was a hookup. I don't know. I just know at one point in time she stopped putting in more songs, and he stopped putting more songs, and they looked like they were pretty getting kind of intimate in the dark corner of Bullock's. As far as beyond that, like, I was entirely too fucking busy to really keep an eye on either of them. And hey, Malika's she's a friend to me. No big deal. Like, if she got her some, good for her. Go get you some, girl. Yeah. But yeah, both of them are ones that will constantly hit me with more songs to sing, and neither of them did. So, which is fine. Like, I had way too many singers in my rotation last night. So yeah, by all means, you two, like, get to know each other and quit putting in more songs, because I already got 5 singers that keep coming up and asking me, hey, when is my next song coming up? And the reality is, hey, this show is really popular, and it's standing room only in here, and half the people are singing, so you'll sing again once everybody else gets to sing again. But yeah, I was insanely busy last night at Bullock's. I mean, it was packed when I got there, and that's obviously the NBA championship game. It was the first game of the series, and I'm not a huge basketball fan. I mean, I do get more excited when the Suns are doing well, but they let me down so hard last year that I just didn't get that excited about them getting in the playoffs this year. And they didn't make it as far in the playoffs this year as they made it last year. So I feel a little guilty, but yeah, called it. This is going to be the year. Yeah, I know the Golden State Warriors made it, for the Western Division, and I don't follow basketball. Don't come to me for sports commentary. My sports commentary is terrible. It just is. But what I do know about the Golden State Warriors is that Stephen Curry is a superstar. And the guy is a fucking amazing basketball player. Like, I've watched them play against the Suns, and him almost single-handedly just score point after point after point after point, resulting in a win for Golden State. Now, I'm sure if I was a Golden State fan, I would be aware of them probably having other good team members. I mean, there was a time where people would say, hey, it's all Steve Nash on the Suns. Steve Nash, he's their only good player. But there were other good players, and it's killing me that I can't remember his name. But there was a bench guy, like a fill-in guy, that used to be absolutely amazing. And of course, he's since been traded to another team, and it's bugging me I can't remember his name. But I always just keep my eye on him, because whenever he come off the bench, he kicked ass. And of course, back then there was Andre Stoudemire who liked to punch things, so, whatever. But anyway, so yeah, when I got there, the bar was already packed. It was Golden State against whoever the hell won the Eastern Division. I don't even know. I'm not paying that much attention to basketball this year. But should have probably paid a little bit better attention, because generally speaking, when the bar is packed because of a basketball game or a football game or whatever kind of game, I try to start the karaoke immediately after the game ends, and I should have been a little more cognizant that was a big game and been ready for music afterwards, because the game ended at like 8:15 and I was not ready with music at 8:15. I was just barely hooking my shit up. So not like that was a problem. There's some music on the jukebox. I did a really smooth transition right about 9 o'clock. Whatever, that's what they pay me for. And then the show was just balls to the wall people. So, but I would have been happier to immediately slip into karaoke after the first in the championship series game.